And we start this edition of 3 p.m. live and breaking with the latest that's coming in on West Bengal attack. In fact, Republic has learned that West Bengal governor will now summon Chief Secretary in relation to the attack that was carried out on ED's team in Sandesh Khali region in North 24 Parganas. So that is the latest coming in. Republic learning about the West Bengal governor who is going to summon the Chief Secretary of the state in relation to the attack on ED team in Sandesh Khali region in North 24 Parganas. So, West Bengal governor taking stock of the deteriorating law and order situation in Bengal. Chief Secretary of West Bengal will now be summoned by the West Bengal governor CV Ananda Bose. Note that the statement that earlier came from CV Ananda Bose clearly mentions that there is rampant violence in the state, and it's high time that violence comes to an end. Also making it very, very clear that it's the state government that should take care of the law and order situation in the state, and maintaining that there must be a thorough probe into the attack on ED officials. So the latest that is coming in is that the West Bengal governor has summoned the Chief Secretary who is going to be questioned in relation to the law and order situation, particularly in the North 24 Parganas, where the ED team was attacked by a mob said to be linked with the TMC party. In fact, the visuals on your screens continuously of what really transpired in this village of Sandesh Khali in North 24 Parganas. The ED team had gone to this village to carry out searches in relation to the Russian scheme, and that is when TMC convener had asked his supporters, the villagers, to mobilize in large numbers and incited them to carry out this attack on the ED team. So while the situation points to the deteriorating law and order in the state, there's been no word from the TMC top brass and no action from the West Bengal police as well. So while the BJP has called for a thorough probe into this, the West Bengal chief has written to the Union Home Minister. The TMC maintains that it is the ED and the CRPF that provoked the mob. So we continuously are getting you the latest into the attack that was carried out at the ED officials. In fact, the response that came in from the West Bengal governor, CV Ananda Bose, who minced no words, clearly said that it is the responsibility of the state government to maintain law and order and that the perpetrators must be brought to justice. Listen into that statement from the West Bengal governor.
The ghastly incident reported from Sandesh Khali in North 24 Parganas district is alarming, is deplorable, to say the least. It is the bounden duty of a civilized government to stop barbarism and vandalism in a democracy. If government fails in its basic duty, then the Constitution of India will definitely take its course. As governor, I reserve all my constitutional options for appropriate action at the appropriate moment. Flexing muscles and parading paper tigers will not work with the people of Bengal. Jungle Raj and Gundagiri will work in a fool's paradise. Bengal is not a banana republic. I repeat, Bengal is not a banana republic. Government should do its duty. Those who think they can rule through dons and soon will they find themselves to be Don Quixotes. This pre-election violence, which has an early beginning, should find an early end. The sole responsibility for wanton violence in society lies with the government. It lies with the government. Government may better open up its eyes and see the reality and act effectively to face the consequences. The ostrich-like attitude of the police who pretend not to see the reality around not to see the lawlessness around should go. The perpetrators of violence, and more so, their political abettors, will soon be made to realize you can fool some people for all times and all people for some times, but not all people for all times, not all people for all times. It is high time that we call stops to violence and hooliganism. In Bengal, violence will come to an end.
All right, so there you heard CV Ananda Bose, the West Bengal governor, saying that violence must end in the state of Bengal. Meanwhile, the visuals on your screens which show you what really transpired this morning, the visuals of the bleeding ED official who was attacked by a mob, incited by TMC-linked workers. The visual shows how the TMC convener had instructed the mob to carry out this attack on the ED officials. And as you can see, that is the visual on your screens where you see the ED official being taken to a private hospital in Kolkata after that assault that was carried out by a mob allegedly incited by TMC convener. So the ED officer who's seen bleeding, he's taken to a private hospital. He's seen with a bandaged head. This after the ED team was attacked in a village in Sandesh, that's a Sandesh Khali village in North 24 Parganas. So tracking the latest, in fact, the BJP meanwhile has attacked the TMC for lack of action and not even condemning this attack which happened on the ED officials. Also note that BJP has called for an NI-led probe into the attack on the ED officials which happened this morning. Listen into the reactions that have been coming in from the BJP questioning the law and order situation in the state of Bengal.
आज संदेश खाली में जो घटना हुआ है इसका कड़ी से कड़ी भाषा में हम लोग निंदा करते हैं और उसके साथ साथ ये भी कहना चाहते हैं कि जब कोई भी निरपेक्ष तदंतकारी केंद्रीय संस्था कोई भी राज्य पर जाते हैं और वो भी महामान्य उच्च अदालत के निर्देशानुसार और जब उनके ऊपर अटैक होते हैं इससे बड़ी निंदा का विषय हो ही नहीं सकता है। और हम ये भी कहते हैं कि जब सिर्फ ये एक केंद्रीय निरपेक्ष एजेंसी के ऊपर ही अटैक नहीं बल्कि ये पूरी संविधान का ऊपर अटैक है, पूरा जो महामान्य उच्च अदालत की निर्देश है उसका ऊपर अटैक है और उसके साथ साथ फेडरल स्ट्रक्चर का ऊपर अटैक है। और मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा कि बंगाल में ऐसी घटना ऐसी हादसा बार बार हो रहा है और क्यों हो रहा है इसको भी हम लोग ये भी खोज करेंगे।
इन सब के अगेंस्ट में कंप्लेन है और करप्शन के चार्जेस है तो स्वाभाविक है इनके ऊपर तो ईडी का कार्रवाई होगा, क्वाइट ऑब्वियस है। लेकिन जिस तरीके से आज संदेश खाली में शाहजहां शेख के वहाँ पे जिस तरीके से ईडी के अफसर के ऊपर प्रेस के ऊपर जो हमला हुआ है वो दिखाता है कि बंगाल में रोहिंग्या मुस्लिम जो है उनको घुस के बंगाल की पूरी लॉ एंड ऑर्डर को क्या कर चुके हैं। और ये जो ईडी के साथ हो रहा है ये सिर्फ ईडी के साथ नहीं हो रहा है, ये अपना बंगालियों का फ्यूचर दिखा रहा है। बंगालियों के साथ भी ऐसे आगे आने वाले समय में होने वाला है। अगर ये सरकार तो कुछ नहीं करेगी, ये सरकार अगर रहेगी और भी तेजी से ऐसी चीजें होती रहेगी।
ये राशन स्कैम आप सोचिए कि 30% जो राशन पीडीएस डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के लिए जो सामग्री आया था उसमें से 30% तृणमूल सरकार, उसके मंत्री के चेले चपेटे, पूरा एक गिरोह इन्होंने ओपन मार्केट में इसको बिक दिया 30% राशन। तो इसके ऊपर जांच हो रहा है, तलाशी हो रहा है। और आज संदेश खाली में जो हुआ, ये मैं आज से नहीं 2019 से कह रहा हूं, शाहजहां शेख इज अ थ्रेट टू पब्लिक पीस इन दैट एरिया। ये पूरा वहां एक बड़ा माफिया है और ये अभिषेक बैनर्जी जो तृणमूल कांग्रेस के जनरल सेक्रेटरी है उसका बहुत करीबी है, उसको पूरा खुली छूट दिया गया है साउथ 24 परगनास में। वहां वो इलीगल कई सारे काम, ट्रैफिकिंग करता है, वहां पूरा लॉ एंड ऑर्डर वही कंट्रोल करता है।
So the BJP there making those strong charges and observations. The TMC has also responded, and the TMC says they have nothing to do with what has happened, and they say this is just a propaganda by the ruling party, and they say that it is unfair to question the law and order in the state.
What happened in Sandesh Khali, any kind of violence is not supported by Trinamool Congress. But the villagers were complaining that they were provoked by the central forces which were accompanying the investigative agencies. Nishit Pramanik, Honorable Minister of State, from Union Minister of State, has been talking about cooperative federalism, that Bengal lacks in federalism. Now, federalism means that there should be good relations between the center and the state. The center must cooperate with these states. But what we see here, and Nishit Pramanik, you should answer, have you even asked for the Manrega funds which are due to Bengal?
The officers of Central Investigating Agency surrounded by the central forces, they provoked the local people badly. That's why there was a counter reaction spontaneously. The real fact is the people of India, they are totally frustrated seeing this deep-rooted conspiracy engineered and monitored by Delhi on daily basis, and that too in case of Trinamool Congress so far in our state of West Bengal is concerned. People of Bengal, they are witnessing this big conspiracy almost on daily basis. On the contrary, the person who is posting all these stuffs in the social media, he is topping the list of corruption. He was found taking money before camera. His other family members are accused of several corruptions, but not a single action being taken against these political leaders, only because they belong to BJP.
So we've heard reactions from the TMC and then also from the BJP there. The TMC says that we are not to be blamed. They instead say that the central forces here are to be blamed, also saying that this has been an act of vendetta by the ruling dispensation. On the other side, in fact, on the extreme right, you're looking at those very dramatic images that have been captured by cameras and all the action that you have seen, even leading to injuries to few of the men of the Enforcement Directorate team. Now, the ED sources indicate that these are all men involved in the violence related to the TMC, but the TMC says we are not to be blamed.